It's not a program, it's a project that's already underway as I read it, and we're opening the door to allow for the opportunity for some of these monies to go to that. And I don't see that in years 2, 3, 4, and 5. So to me, it looks like it's very intentionally worded to give the money now, and heaven help me, I'm in favor of that facility. And I need to restate that. I'm in favor of that facility and the youth-oriented activities that go on there. But they have already had a much larger share of county funds than any other project outside of the Aquatic Center in Fort Bragg, than any other project that's had the availability to be constructed in this county. I think it would be unfair for us to make even the inference that we're going to provide more money to them. I would like to see that sentence deleted and allow for exploration of opportunities for recreational programs and open space development or enhancement. Allow that to stay in there, but take that one sentence out and proceed through the process. So, Mr. CEO.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just to clarify a couple of the comments that you made, yes, indeed, the county did give significant sums of money toward that facility on South, I guess that's, and State Street there. It's unfortunate that as that project went forward, there were commitments that were made to a lot of agencies, as governmental agency as well as the county. There were commitments made that that facility would be delivered completely. That has hampered efforts to complete it because previous commitments had been made for the money that was given, you would get a complete project. That's hampered our ability. The statement, this is a 5-year plan, and the reason that's in there, there are two specific reasons. One is we have had, our office has had discussions with the school district regarding the piece of property next to that, that the old Montgomery Ward building is located at, about what are their intentions to what were they going to do with that piece of property. But those were only discussions to obtain their interest. We also have had conversations with the college district about their funds and utilizing some money for some projects that the county is interested in doing from an infrastructure perspective. So the reason that statement is in there, because it is a 5-year plan, and we do have a couple of active interest projects. Our only current association from the executive office with the ARC is we know what the need is. We know the board is concerned about that facility not being utilized by the public, and we will continue to look for funding opportunities for that independent of the county. We will be submitting that, for instance, to Congressman Thompson's office as an economic stimulus program, because of the fact the plans and specifications are done and it is ready to go out to bid. But there is no active intent through the county's RDA based on the available funds that we have to move forward with such a project.
Thank you, Mr. Mitchell. Other comments from the board?
Just, I noticed
Supervisor Pincher.
The North State area, what do you call the North Ukiah sub area? That's the Masonite site, just not in the project area.
A Masonite site is within the project area.
What is that? It says not in project area. That
there's a small section.
There's a small section that is an agricultural section that was left out when the original RDA was formed. So that's not a piece, that piece of property is not owned by the Masonite Corporation. That is a separate parcel that I believe is, Frank, share, maybe is zoned agricultural? It is zoned industrial, but it is an agricultural use at the present time.
Right away.
It's the Dunwood Winery.
It's the Dunwood
Winery.
Dunwood
and it was
Winery.
left out, to the chair, it was left out because it was in an ag use. And when the consultant drew up the plan, it was drawn up very conservatively to avoid any issues that may result of ag land being put into a redevelopment area.
Thank you, that's very helpful. And by the way, I did realize through this project that we actually have 5 RDAs in the county. There's an RDA in the Point Arena that I did not know existed previously. According to the state of California, there's Willits has an RDA, City of Ukiah has an RDA, Fort Bragg has an RDA, the county has an RDA, and there is one officially on the books for Point Arena. And I haven't had the occasion to do research why that particular redevelopment agency exists, but it is out there.
Okay. Further discussion from the board and/or action? Supervisor.
Well, Mr. Chairman, I know Mr. Duncliffe already mentioned this, but I'll say it one more time. This plan provides a roadmap for the county's redevelopment agency with specific objectives aimed at eliminating blight and stemming further deterioration of the project area. The primary purpose of the plan is to provide a flexible framework, keyword flexible, so the agency develops safer residential neighborhoods and revitalizes commercial corridors. This is not a plan that's carved in stone. It's projects that the CEO mentioned are not precluded from happening with this plan. And again, there's a lot of work that went into it. I think that from the limited dollars that are available, from my perspective, the infrastructure improvements will eat that up. Infrastructure being the roadway improvements as well as